Have you ever dreamed of exploring a land where ancient forests meet glacial mountains, where geothermal wonders bubble beneath your feet, and where landscapes so breathtaking they became Middle-earth stretch as far as the eye can see? New Zealand isn't just a destination. It's nature's masterpiece, where every turn reveals another vista that seems too perfect to be real. From subtropical beaches to majestic fjords, this island nation packs more diverse wonders into its modest size than almost anywhere else on Earth. In today's journey through WanderSphere, I'll be your guide to Aotearoa, the land of the long white cloud. As we discover why this remote paradise captivates travelers worldwide. Stay until the end to explore a tropical paradise of emerald islands that feels like stepping into another world. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button to join our WanderSphere community. As we journey through these remarkable places, let me know in the comments which New Zealand wonder is calling your name the loudest. Before we dive into specific locations, let's uncover what makes New Zealand fascinating. Despite being roughly the size of Colorado, New Zealand was the last major landmass discovered by humans. With Polynesian Maori arriving just 700 years ago. This isolation created a biological wonderland where 80% of plant species evolved nowhere else. And remarkably, no native land mammals except 2 bat species existed before human arrival. New Zealand was the first country to grant women the right to vote in 1893. And dedicates 1/3 of its land to national parks and reserves. The country has more sheep than people, approximately 5 sheep per person, though this has declined from 22 sheep per person in the 1980s. Sitting on the Pacific Ring of Fire, New Zealand experiences over 500 felt earthquakes yearly, shaping its dramatic landscape. The Lord of the Rings trilogy injected over $200 million into the economy and transformed the country into a pilgrimage site for fans seeking Middle-earth. Nestled on Lake Wakatipu's shores and surrounded by the dramatic Remarkables mountain range, Queenstown is New Zealand's adventure capital, where adrenaline and beauty collide. This alpine resort town birthed commercial bungee jumping at the historic Kawarau Bridge in 1988. Beyond extreme sports, Queenstown harbors sophisticated wineries in the central Otago region. Producing celebrated Pinot Noir, while Gold Rush history lives on in charming nearby Arrowtown. As sunset paints the lake in brilliant oranges and pinks, you'll understand why Queenstown's energy captures the imagination of travelers worldwide. Would you seek the rush of free-falling from the sky, or savor the scenery with local wine from a lakeside restaurant? Let me know in the comments which Queenstown adventure would top your bucket list. Rudyard Kipling called it the eighth wonder of the world. And as you glide through Milford Sound's dark waters, with towering cliffs disappearing into clouds, you'll understand why. This fjord plunges 1,300 feet deep, while sheer rock walls rise over 3,900 feet. Creating an amphitheater where waterfalls cascade from the heavens. Milford Sound achieves its most spectacular state during rainfall, which occurs about 200 days yearly. When hundreds of temporary waterfalls join permanent ones, like the 516-foot Sterling Falls. The Sound's unique underwater environment features a layer of tannin-stained freshwater sitting atop seawater. Creating darkness that allows deep-sea species like black coral to thrive at unusually shallow depths. As Mitre Peak rises dramatically from the water's edge, would you prefer visiting during sunshine when peaks shine clearly? Or during rain when veils of water transform the landscape? Comment below which season you'd choose to experience Milford Sound's majesty. Far from tourist paths lies the Catlins, a hidden treasure of wild coastlines and dense rainforests in the southeastern South Island. This untamed frontier feels like stepping back in time. where wind and water have sculpted extraordinary landmarks, like cathedral caves. Massive sea caves accessible only at low tide, and Nugget Point, where a historic lighthouse stands sentinel over rocky islets. The region hosts rare yellow-eyed penguins, New Zealand sea lions, and Hector's dolphins, the world's smallest dolphin species. The Catlins' connection to prehistoric times appears in the petrified forest at Curio Bay. Revealing 180-million-year-old Jurassic tree fossils visible at low tide. Inland, dense forests shelter cascading McLean Falls and the perfectly symmetrical Purakaunui Falls. Would you be drawn to searching for elusive native birds in ancient forests, or watching powerful waves crash against rugged shores? Share in the comments which Catlin's natural wonder you'd most want to photograph. Rising majestically above surrounding peaks, Aoraki Mount Cook. New Zealand's tallest mountain at 12,218 feet, commands reverence with its snow-capped summit. The mountain holds profound significance for Ngai Tahu Maori, who know it as Aoraki, cloud piercer, a sacred ancestor turned to stone. This alpine wonderland protects over 700 square kilometers of glacial terrain. Including the Tasman Glacier, New Zealand's largest, at 27 kilometers long. This area served as Sir Edmund Hillary's training ground before his historic Mount Everest ascent. The region forms part of the Aoraki-Mackenzie International Dark Sky Reserve. Where light pollution restrictions allow the Milky Way to blaze across night skies with incredible clarity. Would you challenge yourself on the popular Hooker Valley Track to witness the mountain reflected in alpine tarns, or prefer a scenic flight alongside glaciers? Tell me in the comments which Mount Cook adventure would fulfill your alpine dreams. Arriving at Lake Tekapo feels like stepping into a watercolor painting, where a lake of extraordinary milky turquoise hue seems almost too vivid to be real. This otherworldly color comes from rock flour, finely ground rock particles suspended in glacial meltwater. The scene becomes even more enchanting when purple and pink lupins frame the shoreline in summer. Surrounding the charming stone church of the Good Shepherd, with its altar window perfectly framing the lake and mountains. Lake Tekapo's designation as part of the UNESCO Dark Sky Reserve creates one of the world's premier stargazing destinations. The University of Canterbury operates Mount John Observatory here, where powerful telescopes reveal celestial wonders invisible from the Northern Hemisphere. As you stand beneath the sweeping Milky Way reflected in still waters, would you seek guided astronomy expertise to identify southern constellations, or prefer solitary contemplation of the infinite universe? Share in the comments whether you'd visit Lake Tekapo for its legendary daytime blues or its spectacular night skies. In a rare geological wonder that exists in only a handful of places on Earth, the Franz, Josef, and Fox glaciers flow from the southern Alps directly into temperate rainforest. Just 300 meters above sea level. These twin rivers of ice, located just 23 kilometers apart, advance at rates up to 10 times faster than most glaciers worldwide. Though climate change has accelerated their retreat in recent decades. The ice displays mesmerizing blue hues created when compressed snowfall absorbs all colors except blue, which reflects back with an ethereal glow. Maori know Franz Josef as Ka Roimata, o Hine Hukatere, the tears of Hine Hukatere. Named after a woman whose endless tears froze to form the glacier after her lover's tragic mountain death. The glacier faces can advance or retreat several meters weekly, with ice caves and crevasses constantly evolving. Would you choose a guided ice hike to explore crystalline formations up close, or the breathtaking perspective of a helicopter landing on the neve? Comment below which glacier experience would give you the most thrills. Nestled between bush-clad hills and a spectacular harbor, Wellington, New Zealand's compact capital, pulses with creative energy that belies its modest size. Known as Windy Wellington, this vibrant city combines capital sophistication with coastal town charm. The city's heart is its working waterfront, transformed from industrial docks into buzzing public spaces. While the distinctive Beehive Parliament building stands as an architectural icon nearby. Tekapo Tongariro National Museum redefines the museum experience through innovative exhibitions showcasing New Zealand's natural and cultural heritage. Wellington's status as New Zealand's creative and culinary capital is evident in its cafe density, more per capita than New York City. And thriving film industry that earned it the nickname Wellywood after local filmmaker Peter Jackson based production facilities here. The bohemian Cuba Street captures the city's quirky soul with vintage shops and street performers. Would you spend your day exploring Weta Workshop where movie magic comes to life? Or discovering hidden crafts and flavors at harborside markets? Let me know in the comments which Wellington experience would spark your creativity. Where golden crescents of pristine sand meet crystal clear turquoise waters and lush coastal forest, Abel Tasman National Park creates a paradise that seems plucked from a tropical dream, yet exists in New Zealand's sunniest region. This coastal wonderland, New Zealand's smallest national park, at just 22,530 hectares, features sculptured granite cliffs and sheltered coves, creating incomparable beauty. Named after Dutch explorer Abel Tasman, who in 1642 became the first European to sight New Zealand. The park's famous coast track winds for 60 kilometers along the shoreline. What makes Abel Tasman truly special is its accessibility by both land and sea. Visitors can hike between seaside huts and campsites or explore by kayak among curious fur seals and playful dolphins. The adjacent Tonga Island Marine Reserve protects 1,835 hectares of sea. Where kelp forests, reef systems, and marine life thrive in clear waters. Would you paddle silently along the coast, discovering hidden caves and secret beaches? Or prefer hiking through native beach forest to stunning overlooks? Share in the comments whether you'd explore Abel Tasman by foot, kayak, or both. Just a 40-minute ferry ride from downtown Auckland lies Waiheke Island. A bohemian paradise where vineyards cascade down gentle slopes to meet pristine beaches. This island sanctuary has transformed from a hippie haven in the 1970s into one of the world's great island destinations without losing its free-spirited charm. The island's microclimate creates perfect conditions for award-winning wines, particularly Bordeaux-style reds and Syrah that have brought international acclaim to vineyards like Man O' War and Mudbrick. Where cellar doors and restaurants offer panoramic Gulf views. Waiheke's artistic soul remains vibrantly alive, with over 100 working artists maintaining studios across the island. The island's Maori heritage dates back approximately 700 to 800 years, with significant archaeological sites preserving early settlement evidence. Would you explore hidden coves by paddleboard or kayak, or immerse yourself in innovative sculptures at the biennial Sculpture on the Gulf exhibition? Tell me in the comments whether Waiheke's wines, beaches, or artistic scene would draw you to this island paradise. In the North Island's heart rises a landscape so dramatic, it served as Mordor in The Lord of the Rings, Tongariro National Park, where 3 active volcanoes punctuate a stark alpine desert. This dual World Heritage Site centers around Tongariro, Ngauruhoe, the perfectly symmetrical cone that doubled as Mount Doom, and Ruapehu Mountains. The park's most famous experience is the Tongariro Alpine Crossing, consistently rated among the world's finest day hikes. As it winds 19.4 kilometers past ancient lava flows, steam vents, and the jewel-like emerald lakes, whose turquoise color comes from dissolved minerals. Established in 1887, when Maori chief Te Heho Tukino IV gifted the sacred mountain peaks to the nation to prevent exploitation. Tongariro is New Zealand's oldest national park and a pioneering model for Indigenous involvement in conservation. The landscapes shift dramatically seasonally, from alpine wildflowers in summer to snow-covered slopes that become premier ski fields in winter. Would you brave the full-day alpine crossing with its challenging ascents, or prefer shorter walks around Wakapapa? Comment below which volcanic landscape would most captivate your imagination. As our journey through New Zealand's most remarkable wonders comes to an end, I hope you've felt that sense of awe that makes this country unlike any other on Earth. From the subtropical paradise of the Bay of Islands to the glacier-carved majesty of Milford Sound, from bubbling geothermal cauldrons to pristine alpine lakes, New Zealand offers a lifetime of discoveries packed into two incredible islands. What makes this country truly special isn't just its landscapes, but how it weaves together natural wonders with rich cultural heritage, adventure with serenity, and accessibility with untamed wilderness. Whether you're dreaming of your first New Zealand adventure or planning a return to explore more deeply, this land has a way of carving itself into your heart. If you've enjoyed traveling with WanderSphere today, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming adventures.